Sarah and I were just talking about coaching and what it has done for us and why people should coach with us. So I started off just saying, it's not for some people, not about money. Like the community's pretty awesome. I didn't think I needed friends or anybody or friends or any more friends. And it's been kind of cool meeting people from all over. What you got to say, Sarah?
Totally. I love being a coach because it's honestly really fun. I have 10-minute check-ins with all my clients every week and I look forward to all of them. They tell me their struggles and their wins and it just honestly fills my cup. I don't think like they think that they need me, as for the accountability, but I need them
Uh,
just as much as they need me to check in on them because if I'm having a rough week or I'm struggling, with whatever, I feel like my cup gets filled by everybody's wins. And yeah, no, it's just been amazing. I have like a little Facebook group called the Boyer Health Tribe that I made, and everybody's in there. Everybody's, you know, has similar goals and is super supportive. And it just feels really good. I just feel more connected with people than I ever have. Because like before I was hiding and I was isolating, and um being a coach really pushes me outside of my comfort zone, and it makes me yeah, I don't know, it's just amazing that I get to help people, I get to love people, and I get paid for it, which I never thought would be possible. So yeah, I love it so
ag-
much.
Agreed on the filling of your cup. It's really cool to see, like to talk to people, and when they're losing weight and they're excited, be it a pound, 3 pounds, because it's hard to lose weight. And I think it's really hard for most of us to do it by ourselves. I mean, we can try and try, and most of us probably had tried by ourselves, and you need support.
Yeah,
And as coaches, we're your cheerleaders. We're here to cheer you on everywhere, every step of the way.
totally. But also to push you just a little bit outside
Oh
of your
yeah, yeah, yeah,
comfort
yeah.
zone, um, if you'll let us, of course, because sometimes people are just like, nope, I don't want any of that. I just want the cheerleading.
Yes. No, you're right. You're right. And even for me as a coach, I'm still growing and I need to be pushed out of my comfort zone too because I'm pretty comfy.
Right.
So that's the good thing about it. And like you said, the accountability for me, that is why I started coaching just from the beginning. I was like, I need to be accountable. So if I'm helping people, I got to stay on plan and continue to work on my health. And it's never ending, it's a journey.
Right, right. Yeah. Um, it's definitely so I feel like another thing with the coaching is I love coffee with clients and I love all the client calls. Um, like when I first started, of course, I didn't want to go on any client calls and because I was still hiding, Um, but they have been amazing. And one thing I didn't realize was the coaching community is like that, but like on steroids, because you get so many more meetings that you can go into, and you just meet people who are like very committed to their health and helping other people get healthy, and it's kind of intoxicating in a way, like because man, like I went to Walmart yesterday and like all the people shopping looked so
That's
miserable.
it.
And it's like if you spend too much time in our everyday society, like it does kind of take a toll. And I needed this community to continuously fill my cup and continuously grow, and be pushed, and like have the support around me to be like, like, Sarah, you can do this, like you can do whatever you want. And yeah, it's just been so valuable.
Agreed. I've heard somebody compare it to, it is a it's a great self-development program with a compensation plan.
1,000%. Right.
You know,
I'm like addicted to self-help type stuff. I have been for years, honestly, but once I started programming and I started reading the books, it was like it all finally clicked. Like everything
yep.
that I had been learning, I feel like was kind of like in one ear out the other, but it was not really like sinking in. But I just feel like Dr. A was able to like gift wrap it in such a way, like nothing that he was saying was like groundbreaking or like, like you never
No,
heard it before, but it's just how he packaged it, just made
I
so,
agree.
yeah,
Because I feel like you're right. He took kind of all the concepts of living an optimal life, all the concepts, and put them together. Like, you need healthy motion, you need to feel your body well, you need to have good sleep, you need to have a community. I listened to a podcast, Dr. Hyman, and he just came out with a book. It's called Young Forever. And he talks about same things, same exact things, community and what you eat, how you feel your body, your sleep, moving your body. Just he talks, and so yeah, I mean, it's like all in one with the habits of health and all that. And I just like to look habits of health. I know people get scared of looking at those big books, but I got to tell you, I love the habits of health because it's just information. It's just information. So like if I want to find something about water or whatever, I'll just look in the index and find. So I think that's kind of like, that's a great book just in general for health, just because there's so much good information in there. And then
totally.
the life books, a little scarier.
I know. Whenever I check in with people, I'm like, "Where are you with the life book?" And they're like, "I'm not reading the life book. I'm reading reading Habits of Health." And I'm like,
Right.
it's funny because I did the same exact thing. And like I like zoomed through like reading Habits of Health, because that was safe. That's all facts. That's
Yes.
all just information you suck up with a straw. But the life book is like work. And it can be like a little uncomfortable, like I don't like hearing that about
Yep.
myself, knowing that about myself, or like, oh, I don't want to have to grow.
Right.
But
Well, a lot of us are comfortable. I mean, that's, if you're comfortable, but you can have more. So
totally. And I
that's
have,
what we're working towards.
yeah, I do have like clients who have never even opened their life book. Do you have clients like that?
Oh yeah. I
Okay.
try. I mean, I'll tell you, I didn't open it for a long, long time. You can't make them.
Right,
I
right.
mean, and I guess what do they say? Typically, clients who do well and keep the weight off have at least opened. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to get people. I mean, I was like, oh, I don't want to read this, but yeah, there's definitely, I mean, my hope is with some of these people, like I mean, I even have a hard time getting them on coffee with clients. I'm like, just listen. Nobody
Yeah.
has to see you,
Turn the camera
you
off.
know, I don't, because they're good. And sometimes people are like, oh, they're okay. I'm like, you know what? You have to listen to them all the time. Some of them, it's just not, I don't want to even say better. They're different every time. So you never know what you're going to get out of them.
Totally.
There's, so, I mean, if you're not on, you're never going to get anything out of them.
I've literally like never personally or had a client go to coffee with clients and not feel like they didn't get something out of it. Like nobody's ever,
Totally.
oh, I wish I could get that hour of my life back. It's like absolutely not. Every time it's
Right.
like something that like changes the way you're thinking about something or just impacts you in
Yep.
a way. Um, yeah, totally. I love the coffee with clients, but
Oh, I too.
I love our coaching accelerate call. Like
Ah,
that one,
Thursdays.
yeah. And
Yeah, that's a
like
good, that is
they start with like the dance party with everybody, dancing in the
dancing.
contest of like who won. And when I first started, I was like, yeah, no, that's not me. Like I would not be dancing. I was just like, these people are crazy. But then I realized
Oh,
that I needed to just let go of that garbage. And then I started shaking my ass and it was a great time.
I'm always at work and I'm afraid, and I never dance. I'm usually at work and I'm like, okay, if I stand up, is everybody going to go, Michelle, what are you doing? I guess wouldn't be a bad thing if they were asking me what they know I coach. So guess
Oh, yeah. You could be like, yeah,
they, they would be
right now.
like,
I'm with my peeps.
are you dancing? Yeah, I'm with my peeps.
I do think
So
that there
they
is
would,
something to like getting movement, like energy stored in the body, like shake it out. Like,
I,
oh, go through my arms.
yep.
Um,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, something about just like because I feel like we don't do that enough. But I always look
Uh,
forward to those calls for sure.
those
And
are good. And and I don't think, well, I guess, because when did you just started coaching just a couple months ago, right?
well, I started mid-November. In November, December, I didn't have any clients. But I was like being consistent, showing up every day.
Consistent. Yeah.
And then in January, I think people were like ready because like the holidays,
All
everybody's
days.
don't want to
Yeah.
hear me talking about being healthy. But yeah, January, that's when I got my crew set up and
Nice.
yeah, just trying to trickle in some new people every month. Um, but yeah, so far it's been great. I love I love all my clients. Like I'm just
Oh, that's awesome.
right. Yeah, like I don't
That's
have like
awesome.
a single person who's like bad. I'm like knock on wood. Like I just feel
Right.
like everyone is killing it. Like even I have some
That's awesome.
yeah, right. Like even I have some clients who are not doing the books or they're not going to the meetings and like I wish they would, but like, I know everybody's kind of on their own journey and they are
Right.
who they are. And that's okay. I'm just happy that, they're all doing so well, like knock on wood, because I
Do you
want
have men? Any men?
I
Do you have
do.
any men on the program? So are
Yeah.
they losing quicker than, do you have any like
Yeah,
couples like
totally.
men? I
Like
feel
I
like the
do have
men, they lose it quick.
Yeah. So I had a couple where the woman, of course, was like doing plan for like 2 months. And then, he finally, that's how it always goes, I swear. And then finally he was like, oh, like, I want to do this too. Because, like, she was cooking the lean and green meals every day. And, he was eating bars already and like,
Already.
you know, um and had like they both have like high stress jobs and like the more that they didn't have to think about what are they going to eat for dinner or even just like sneaking a bar in at work because it's just go 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 that has been
Right.
so valuable. But yeah, it's funny because she did it for 2 months and lost a good amount of weight, but it's like as soon as he jumped on it was like nothing. And of course like she's like reading the books and going to the meetings and like really like making all the lean and
Focused.
yeah, like
Yeah.
in it. And like he's just like kind of like one foot in, like, oh, I'll eat the food. And like, of course, just is melting. It's not fair.
Yeah. No, yes. I'm like, yeah, that's which is crazy though, just the difference in metabolisms, because that's what I find. Men, I'm like, what? You lost how many pounds this week? That's incredible.
Right.
But don't tell your girlfriend because
Right.
she's,
Totally.
because she won't be happy because she only lost a pound and a half, so that is funny. But yeah, it's a cool community. It's a community that I didn't really know I needed. If you want to say, when like I said, I started, oh, I needed to lose weight. And then the other aspects of it are pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I'm meeting so many more people now too. Like I've made friends with all these coaches. Like when we went to Rise last month, that was so fun. Like I've literally
Uh,
never been in a group or like a room full of happy, loving, open, supportive people. I just feel like little pockets of goodness like that just don't
yep.
exist like they should,
Nope.
like they need to. Um, so yeah,
Agreed.
I will seriously like never forget that experience. I roomed with two coaches that I had never met like in the flesh. Like we
Oh,
met on Zoom calls, but we got like an Airbnb and I swear I got
nice.
closer to them within the first 10 minutes than I had some friends that I've had like almost my whole life.
Isn't
Um,
that cool? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just a good community of people. Like you said, everybody, yeah, it's just a good community of people,
right.
just
Yeah,
in
it's
general,
just people who are just regular
trying to live
people,
healthy.
just trying to get through this life the best they can. And
Totally.
we all recognize life can be pretty tough, but it doesn't have to be as tough as we had been making it, our whole
Totally.
lives. So it's great. Okay, I'll see
Thank
you
you.
soon.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.